Hi everybody, I'm back. Everybody, Gina Yoga's back, and I'm back with yet another amazing recipe. You all asked for it. You said, Gina baby, can you show us how you make your Butterfinger cake? Yes, that's what I'm gonna do today. I'm so excited. I wanna show you all how quick and simple this can be made. This recipe does not require a lot of ingredients. This is definitely a recipe you wanna put on your dinner table for the holidays. And listen here, if you're making it Gina Young style, it's gonna be so good. Here's what you'll need to make Gina Young style Butterfinger cake. You all never had my Butterfinger cake before, baby. You better make you some. Okay everyone, happy Saturday to each and every one of you. I hope you all are having an amazing weekend. Make sure your hands are impeccably clean. Let's get started with the recipe. Here's what you're gonna need. You're gonna need Butterfingers. You can find, the original size Butterfingers, or you could do like I did and get the fun size package here. Okay, so I've opened up one bag of the fun size and taken the paper off. We're gonna need to crush these. Now there's so many different ways you can crush these. Literally, you can take the paper off, put these inside of a plastic bag and just bang them out with, maybe a rolling pin or the back of the bottom of some type of frying pan or something. But if you don't want to do that, you can do like I'm going to do and use the food processor, okay? This will grind them up nicely. You can grind them up as fine as you want or as little as you want. I don't want mine's really, really fine. I'll show you how I like to have mine's. You're going to need whatever ingredients that your cake mix calls for. If you decide to use a different cake mix than I do, then your ingredients on the back might be different than what I'm gonna use. So I'm using the Betty Crocker Super Moist Milk Chocolate Cake Mix, and mine's called for 1 1/4 cup of cold water, 1/3 cup of vegetable oil, and 3 large eggs. And then you're gonna need some caramel. You all that know me, you know that I love to use Smucker's caramel, but I wasn't able to find it, so I'll settle with Hershey's caramel. You're gonna need some sweetened condensed milk as well. You're gonna need Cool Whip, and you're gonna need a baking dish. I'm using a 12 by 9 baking dish, and we are going to oil this baking dish with paper towel, and I just rub my paper towel in the vegetable oil, and then I like to go in with flour, and I'll show you how I like to do that. You want to make sure your oven is on 350 degrees, preheating. Okay, I'm going to bring my food processor nearby so you all can see exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to take some of these Butterfingers, and this is going to be for the top and for the middle, okay? This recipe right here is so interesting, and it's so much fun to make. Show the kids how to make this. They will have so much fun in the kitchen with you doing this. You can let them open up the candy bars. All right, let's get started. I'm gonna pulse this several times until I get the consistency that I like to have for my Butterfingers. I think that's enough. I don't need to. Let's hit that so we don't make a mess on our counter. Beautiful. If you got any big chunks in there, it's okay. Don't worry about that. I'm going to pour this into a bowl, and I'm going to chop up the rest of our beautiful Butterfingers. Okay, I want to show you what the crushed up Butterfinger looks like, just like so. Beautiful. And like I said, you chop yours up as much as you'd like or as less as you would like. I'm going to pulse this and get this done as well. Okay, I'm happy with the consistency. There's gonna be big pieces in there, but just take them out like I had to do, okay? Okay, everyone, I have all of the Butterfingers crushed up. We have Butterfinger crumbles. Now, when you make your cake mix, if you wanted to, you can take some of this crumble and put it inside of your batter if you would like. But I'm going to show you something different that I like to do instead of putting it in the batter. Okay, everyone, the first thing that I want to do is crack my 3 large eggs into a separate bowl. I always like to crack my eggs into a separate bowl just in case you were to get a bad egg or in case you were to get an eggshell in your mixture. So to prevent that, you crack it in a different bowl and you won't have to throw your mixture away if that were to happen. 3 large eggs, just like so. Those are beautiful eggs. Okay, so now we have our eggs. Next, we're going to oil our pan. I'll just take a paper towel. I'll put oil on my paper towel just like so. And I'm going to run my paper towel all over my baking dish so that my cake does not stick. The worst thing is having a cake that sticks. You prevent it by oiling and flouring your pan. You know, and really it's that simple. Okay, now you have the spray oil and flour if you'd like to get that as well. And you just spray it on and it has the flour and oil together. All right, there's that. Now I'm gonna go in with my flour and flour my pan up well. If you don't have your oven on 350 degrees, you're gonna want to put your oven on 350. Go ahead and get that pan nice and preheat, or your oven preheated up. You want to shake this flour all over the sides. Okay, we'll clean that flour up here in just a second. All right? But we're going to shake it very well to get any excess off. Okay, that's what your pan should look like. This right here, I'll put that in a bag. Okay, everyone, so I'm using a stand-up mixer. You can use a handheld mixer or you can mix this by hand. You do not have to use a stand-up mixer. You do not have to use a handheld mixer. Mixing this by hand will turn out exactly as this cake will. Okay, so you want to take the contents of the cake mix and get it poured in just like so. Get all that goodness down in there. I think I'm going to grab my vanilla. I always like to put a little bit of extra vanilla. It makes everything taste even more beautiful. We're going to put some vanilla in. I like to just throw some in there. It's going to give you an amazing aroma. It's going to make everything taste beautiful. So I'm going to put my vegetable oil in, just like so. Get it all out of there. As well as my 1 1/4 cup of cold water. Beautiful. I have my oven preheated to 350. I'm going in with my 3 large eggs, just like so. You want to start off with the low speed. Starting off with the low speed will prevent the cake mix from going all over our faces. Start off with the low speed and then we can work our way up. All right? Just like so. Oh, and I tell you one thing. It smells so good already. As soon as the whisk started going. My goodness, the smell of chocolate. How many of you love a good chocolate cake? A nice, beautiful, moist chocolate cake. Hoo-wee! I know the most of you do. Okay, I'm going to work my way up, and I like to whip a little bit of air into my eggs. Whipping the air into the eggs will assure you that you're going to have a nice, thick, beautiful, and moist cake that stands tall. I'm going to turn it up just a little. And then I'm going to go in with my rubber spatula because I need to scrape the sides down. Because you want to make sure that all of your ingredients are well incorporated. Sometimes when you use the stand-up mixer, everything doesn't really get, well incorporated. So I'll go in and scrape the bottom and scrape the sides down in this manner. Beautiful, that smells so good. Hoo-wee. It's Saturday, guys. Is anybody doing anything special? All right, we're gonna whip this again for maybe 2 or 3 minutes, and then we'll pour this into our cake pan. Our cake mix is done. I'm gonna let that beautiful cake mix drip into our bowl for a second. And then we're going to take the cake mix and pour it evenly into our 12 by 9 pan. Pretty simple, right? Oh, come out for me. Okay, everybody. Let's go ahead and pour this beautiful cake mix right into our pan. Take your time. Make sure your sides are scraped down. Get all that goodness, just like so. Just like this. That smells so good. Like there's nothing like the smell of cakes baking or cake batter, cookie batter. It all smells good to me. And I'm one of those persons that likes to eat it raw. I love to eat raw cake mix. And I like to eat raw cookie dough. I do. They tell you not to do it, so I do it. I love it, and I'm not going to stop. And I give my kids the bowl. The bowl and the beaters. No one's got sick from it. I guess that's like a new age thing where they tell you, no, don't do it. You're going to get sick from the eggs. I never got sick from the eggs. Okay. So now what I like to do, I always like to do this because my grandmom said so. She said, knock that bad boy on the counter about 3 times and get the air bubbles out. Okay, so we've done that. We're going to put this in the oven, 350 degrees, for around about 33 minutes. But I will let you know exactly how long mine's cooked. Don't put it on the top rack. Don't put it on the bottom. The middle rack is what rack you want to use. Take a look at my clean oven, guys. I cleaned my oven and I had a ball. It took me 2 days to clean the oven. Okay, we're going to get that in, middle rack. And I'm so satisfied with the results. If you all would like to know how I clean my oven, let me know in the message section. And maybe next time my oven gets dirty, I'll do a tutorial on how to get your oven sparkling clean. Okay, everyone, you can see in the oven that the cake is starting to rise, and I'm starting to just barely smell it. Your cake, you know what, one thing my grandmom used to tell me, she would say, honey, it's done when you can smell it. I never really understood that, but guess what? It's true. It's so true. As soon as you can start to smell that really prevalent, that cake is done. You hear me? She was never wrong about that. And I would always ask her, and I would say, did you time it or anything? She'd say, no, it's done. Go check it. But our cake is just about done. One thing that I like to do is always clean up as I go. I find when I clean up as I go, I'm more happier. If there's ever a day that I don't clean up and straighten up as I'm cooking, I'm so stressed out. Make sure you clean up as you go and you won't have to be stressed out in your kitchen. Let's go ahead and make our mixture that we're going to put in the middle of this beautiful cake. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to put amazing sweetened condensed milk, and we're going to use the whole can. I'm going to grab my rubber spatula so I can get all this goodness out of this can. There's just something about sweetened condensed milk. Oh man, that holds a weak spot in my heart. I love sweetened condensed milk, and I really can eat this whole can. I'm not going to do it, and I've never done it, but it's so delicious. Like once I open the can, I can't stop going at it and just eating what's left in the can. It's so amazing. I want to get all this out, just like so. And then we're gonna take caramel. Yeah, oh yeah, baby. We're gonna put that caramel right down in that sweetened condensed milk. And listen here, hoo-wee. My goodness, you have a match made in heaven. You mix that sweetened condensed milk and that caramel together, and listen here. And then you mean to tell me we're gonna put this inside of the cake? You better believe we're gonna put this inside of the cake. Oh, baby, it's so good. It's so good. Because we're gonna put this in the cake when the cake is still a little bit warm. And so what happens is, that caramel and that sweetened condensed milk, it kind of starts to flow down, you know, in the middle of the cake. And then we take the cake and we throw it in the refrigerator. And that caramel and sweetened condensed milk kind of stops right in those holes that we're going to make. And listen here. Whoo-wee, you're going to have one moist, beautiful, tasty cake. Oh, yeah. I'm going to make sure that I get the sweetened condensed milk and caramel well incorporated. We're going to go in, let's see. I think I need to go in with my whisk so that I can do just that. Yeah, this is much better. Beautiful. Hoo-wee. And remember I told you all I'm going to show you something really interesting that we're going to do with the Butterfingers, okay? Because I'm not the one that wanted the Butterfingers inside of the mix. So many people put the Butterfingers, crushed Butterfingers inside the cake mix. But I'm going to do something different. I'll show you that once our cake comes out. Beautiful. Now that this is mixed up, you have to give it a try. Like you have to. You can't mix that up without tasting it. Oh, it's so good. Oh, it's good. Okay, everyone, you can see that our beautiful cake is done. And right here is where I stuck a fork in to check for doneness. And right here is a little split because I put my fork in a little too early when it wasn't done. Okay, but that's okay. Our cake is beautiful, it's rise, and it smells amazing all through my house. We want to let this cake cool down for at least 10 minutes before I show you what we're going to do next. Okay, everyone, so our cake has set for 10 minutes, so that gave it a little bit of time to cool down a little bit. Now what we're going to want to do is poke holes into your cake. Don't worry about messing your cake up. Some of you might look at your cake and say, oh my goodness, I messed the cake up. No, you didn't mess it up. We're going to poke holes all through our cake. I like to use this. And when I push my hole in, I kind of give it a nice turn like that to open the holes up. You can use a wooden dowel. You can use the back of a wooden spoon. Anything you want to poke a hole with, go ahead. Okay, just make sure it's nice and clean and sanitized. Okay, so this here, putting my holes in and I'm giving it a nice twist. I like to, some people go in a row. I just put holes all over my beautiful cake and I go all the way to the bottom, making sure that you don't, if you're using an aluminum pan like I'm using, you make sure you don't put any holes in the bottom of your pan. Okay, so we're going to do this just like so while the cake is still nice and warm. And then we're going to pour that beautiful caramel and sweetened condensed milk all through these holes. And listen here, whoo, when that happens, you got to make this. You got to make this for your family members. You have to make this for your next holiday table. Your family will love this recipe. You all have been asking me. So many people have said, Gina, can you do a, what the heck is it called, guys? Butterfinger. I keep wanting to say peanut butter. Can you do a Butterfinger cake for us? I finally got around to it and I'm so happy. I cannot wait to eat this tonight, and I definitely can't wait to feed this to my family. Okay, so now that we have that, beautiful. Now we're gonna go in with this amazing caramel and sweetened condensed milk. Pour it nice and slow. Get it all over those holes, okay? Oh! Whew, girl, you are something else in that kitchen. You hear me? I like to leave a little bit because I'm gonna fold that little bit right there into our Cool Whip. And the Cool Whip is going to serve as our icing. What I like to do, as this sweetened condensed milk and caramel kind of pools on the side, I pull it up from the side and I push it into the cake. See that? Beautiful. Now we're going to take this cake right now and we're going to put it in the refrigerator so that caramel can stop right in the middle of that cake. Okay, going in the refrigerator right now, and I'll be back after this cake has cooled completely down. Look at that. Make sure you get that caramel that went to the side. Bring it all up and push it in that cake, just like so. But before we put this in the refrigerator, here's what I'm gonna do. Remember I told you all I was gonna do something special? Oh, check me out, baby. You all never had one of these before. You better make you one. You better make it for your family. If you don't make this for your family and friends, you are cheating them. Ooh-wee. Just like so. Get it on there. In the refrigerator we go. Okay, everybody, so we have a cake that is completely cool. And we have an 8-ounce container of Cool Whip. You're going to just put it on there, just like so. And then we're going to spread it out nice and evenly, okay? Try your best not to pull up those pieces of the Butterfinger, but if you do, it's okay. Okay, and the reason why it's okay is because we're going to top this with the Butterfinger topping, but you want to try your best to keep that Butterfinger that's on top of that cake underneath this right there. All right, we're going to spread this out nice and evenly, and I'll be right back. Guess what I forgot? Guess what I forgot? Guess what I forgot? I forgot. But guess what? It's okay. We're going to work it out. Work it out, baby. You know how to work it out, right? You better believe I do. I can work anything out. You hear me? If a mistake arrives, Gina Young can work it out. You hear me? You better believe I can. See? Simple. Oh, there's always a solution. If there's a problem, I'm always going to figure out the solution. With God on my side, Gina Young can do just about anything. And you all can as well. You see that? There you go, baby. Work it out. Just like so. With God, all things is possible. Give your worries to God. Absolutely. Don't stress out in this kitchen. Don't you dare stress out in this kitchen. Look at that. Let's get this nice and smooth, and I'll be right back. Nice and smooth out. You see, I was not about to worry about forgetting the caramel. I wasn't going to do it. I was not going to do that to my brain, guys. I don't worry. Look at this. Put your Butterfinger on here. If you want to, you can just do Butterfinger around the edges, or you can do lines. I just pile mine on, and I like a lot. This right here is one recipe that your family will love, and you want to put this on your dinner table for the holidays. Trust me when I tell you this. You all asked for it. Here you go. Gina Young style. You all never had this before. You better make you some. If y'all enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you click on that notification bell so you can be notified every time Gina Young uploads one of these awesome recipes. Tell your family and friends and everybody you know all about Gina Young and what I'm doing in this kitchen on a daily basis. I'm going to put this in the refrigerator for a half an hour and let it get nice and set up. Then I'm going to come back. We're going to give this bad boy a try, and I'm going to let you all know what it tastes like. Be back. I let the cake sit up in the refrigerator for at least about a half an hour. Let's cut down into this bad boy right now and give it a try. Look at this, everybody. I want you all to get a good look at this right here, baby. Ooh, look at that. Look right here. What I can see that caramel right there. Oh, my word. Lord, we thank you for this beautiful dessert once again. This right here is Gina Young style Butterfinger Cake 101. You all never had this before? Make it for your family. Make it for your loved ones. Look at that caramel right there. Make this for your loved ones and your family members this holiday season. Let's put this on a plate and give it a try. Oh, that's amazing. So beautiful. Look at this. One thing about me, you all will always notice that I always like to let my cake set up. If it's a cake like this that we're putting something inside of it and we're using the Cool Whip, I like to let it set up for at least a half an hour in the refrigerator before cutting. Look at this. Make sure you all click on that notification bell. Tell your family and friends all about me and what Jeannie Young is doing in that kitchen on a daily basis. Every day except for Sunday. Sunday's my day of rest. Oh, look at this. Oh, it's so moist. It's so beautiful. Let me grab a fork right now so we can try this. Okay, you all take the first bite. Be my guest. Oh, look how moist that is. Can you all see the beautiful moistness? Oh, you can see it. Let me know if you all can see it. Right there in the middle. Taste that right there. Let me know what you think. I'm going in, guys. I can't wait any longer. Oh, 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 mommy. Doggone, you better know that's good. Look down in the middle of that bad boy. Ooh, all that caramel and sweetened condensed milk right in the middle. That beautiful Butterfinger. Oh. This is amazing. And as always, God bless you all. Thank you all for watching. Good night.